The longest man-made structure in the world, a wall that winds across mountain peaks, plunges into the depths of deserts, and cuts through snowy valleys. This is the Great Wall of China, so vast, so magnificent that for centuries people believed it could even be seen from space. But is that really true? We'll find out the answer ahead. Stretching 21,196 kilometers, this wall is not merely a structure of stones and bricks. It is a history of fear, power, ambition, and the battle for survival. Beneath every brick lies a story, at every turn, a secret. And it is this very mystery that has made it one of the 7 wonders of the world. But the question remains, why was such a colossal wall built in the first place? The story begins approximately 2,300 years ago, back when China was not a single nation, but divided into many small warring states. These states were constantly fighting each other and were regularly attacked by nomadic tribes, especially the Xiongnu coming from the north. Looting, arson, and bloodshed became so common that securing the borders had become nearly impossible. Then came a ruler who changed the course of history, Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China who united the entire land. He conceived a dream of a wall that could halt enemies forever, a barrier to keep the empire safe, and serve as the foundation of a great China that would last for thousands of years. Qin Shi Huang issued the command, connect the walls across the hills, raise walls within the valleys, and where the land ends, let the wall begin. And thus began the most arduous construction project in history. Thousands of soldiers, laborers, farmers, and prisoners risked their lives to build this wall. Many were buried within its very foundations, earning it the grim title of the world's longest cemetery. Today, this wall is the identity of China, but its true story, the tale of blood, struggle, and sheer determination hidden behind these stones, is what truly makes it a wonder. Today, thousands of years have passed. Dynasties have changed, empires have risen and fallen, yet the Great Wall of China still stands, enduring as one of the most audacious structures in human history. But the question remains, what does this wall look like today? The truth is, only a fraction of the Great Wall, such as Badaling, remains in pristine condition. Located near Beijing, this is the section visited by millions every year. Here, the wall has been reinforced with new bricks, the paths are clear, and the watchtowers still proudly pierce the sky. In drone shots, this section looks as if a history book has suddenly come to life. However, the vast majority of the wall is now either broken, buried under soil, or on the verge of disappearing due to wind and rain. Many sections never saw repair. In some places, only a crooked line of stones remains. In others, vegetation and forests have completely swallowed the structure, and many sections were dismantled by humans themselves, as villagers in the past stripped away bricks to build homes, roads, and farms. In today's world, amidst highways, steel bridges, and skyscrapers, the Great Wall still evokes a unique feeling. It quietly whispers to us, I am not merely a pile of stones. I am the courage of millions who never gave up. The Great Wall is a living testament to human tenacity. It taught the world that if the dream is big and the courage even bigger, then even mountains can become pathways. And perhaps this is why the wall still stands today, weathering storms, wars, time, and the scars of millennia. Because this wall belongs not just to China, but to humanity, a testimony to our ambition, our security, our dreams, and our struggles. Whenever a traveler stands atop this wall and gazes at the stones stretching into the distance, they understand one thing, that no matter how small we humans may be, our spirit is capable of building the greatest walls the world has ever seen. The most thrilling chapter of the Great Wall begins with the era of the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. It was here that the wall took the form we recognize today, towering, sturdy, built of stone, and nearly impenetrable to enemies. But why was there a need for such massive security? The answer lies with China's most dangerous adversaries, the Mongols. Mongol warriors hailing from the north, swift, ruthless, and unmatched in horsemanship and archery. They struck like lightning and vanished like a storm. China's borders were breached repeatedly, cities burned, and fear spread across the empire. The Ming rulers realized that to save the empire, the wall didn't just need to be high, it had to be invincible. So they demolished old sections and rebuilt them, using heavy granite blocks and bricks, erecting the wall atop mountain ridges like the blade of a sword. Ming engineers had developed the most advanced form of fortification warfare long before any European army. Watchtowers, the eyes that never blinked. The Ming emperors constructed over 25,000 watchtowers along the wall. Each tower functioned as a garrison, a checkpoint, and an alarm system. Here, soldiers kept watch 24 hours a day, scanning the vast hills, watching for the movement of wind, clouds of dust, keeping an eye on everything. But the real magic was the smoke signal system. Smoke signals, 500 kilometers in mere hours. When Mongol invaders were spotted, soldiers immediately burned sheep dung and wet wood to create thick black smoke. If 100 enemies were seen, 1 column of smoke. 500 seen, 2. More than 1,000, 3 columns. And then, this signal would spread from tower to tower, reaching across all of northern China in mere minutes. A kind of ancient fast alert network, which functioned with a speed that rivaled modern wireless technology. The Silk Road, the wall's true economic shield. The Great Wall was not just for military defense. It was the greatest tool for securing the Silk Road, the trade route through which silk, spices, sugar, and gold reached the world. As Mongol attacks were halted, trade flourished, caravans became safe, and China's economy grew richer than ever before. Thus, the Great Wall was not merely a defensive structure. It became the shield of China's army, the guardian of its economy, and the protector of its civilization. Today, as we step onto the wall, the air still carries the echoes of those watchtowers. Where a soldier once raised a smoke signal to save an empire thousands of kilometers away. The Great Wall, construction and sacrifice, English script. If there is any structure in the world where human effort, pain, sacrifice, and engineering reach their absolute peak, it is the construction of the Great Wall of China. But this is not merely a wall of stones. It is the saga of millions of laborers, farmers, soldiers, and prisoners who poured their very lives into these bricks. When Emperor Qin Shi Huang ordered the walls to be connected and new ones raised, people were forcibly drafted from every corner of China. Some were soldiers, some laborers, and many were branded as criminals and thrown into this construction. They had no permission to return home, no time to rest. For them, this wall had become their entire world. The construction was so arduous that it spanned mountain peaks, barren deserts, dense forests, and snow-covered valleys. Where the paths ended, the construction began. And amidst this construction, a marvel of engineering was born: sticky rice mortar. Yes, you heard that right. Ancient Chinese engineers mixed slaked lime with water and added a soup of sticky rice. The resulting mixture was so potent that today, 2,000 years later, many sections still stand with undiminished strength. When modern scientists tested it, they found this mortar to be water-resistant, earthquake-proof, and many times stronger than ordinary cement. This is the secret that has kept the Great Wall alive for centuries. But the price for this strength was incredibly high. The laborers worked day and night, often for 16 to 18 hours. They lacked proper food and clothing. If someone collapsed, fell ill, or perished, they were buried right there, within the wall's foundation itself, for carrying the dead away was simply not possible. This is why the Great Wall is often called the world's longest cemetery. It is believed that millions lie entombed within its structure. Behind every brick lies the breath of a laborer. Behind every stone, the agony of a family. Many left their homes, never to return. Their eyes had seen their villages and families for the very last time, before they became an eternal part of this stone creation. Today, when we gaze upon the Great Wall, its depth matters far more than its height. For buried in these depths are countless stories of courage, suffering, and sacrifice. That is why the Great Wall is not just the identity of China. It is a symbol of the ultimate test of human endurance in history.